One of Maharashtra's most senior and influential politicians, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Ajit Pawar, died this morning in a plane crash. Ajit Pawar is a towering figure in Maharashtra politics for over 3 decades. He was on a routine political visit to Baramati, where he hails from. That's his hometown. He had a series of meetings that were lined up. The aircraft that was carrying him crashed during an emergency landing attempt near Baramati in Pune district. The aircraft that he was flying, a Learjet 45, registration VTSSK, was operated by Delhi-based VSR Aviation. There were 5 people on board, including Ajit Pawar. In fact, his PA, his assistant, and crew members, along with 2 pilots. The jet was being flown by Captain Sumit Kapoor and First Officer Shambhavi Phatak. Both of them have also died in this crash. They've been serving with VSR Ventures since 2022. Seasoned pilots, both experienced. No one on board has survived. According to the DGCA, the pilots faced difficulty spotting the runway while attempting to land at Baramati Airport. The aircraft was flying from Mumbai to Baramati, and the accident occurred roughly around 8:44 a.m. DGCA says that pilots could not see the runway on their first attempt and carried out a go-around. They tried to land, they could not spot it, they went around and tried a second time. There was no mayday call issued by the crew, is what the air traffic control officials say. Baramati is an uncontrolled airfield where traffic information is provided by flying training organizations, not the Airports Authority of India. The aircraft first contacted Baramati at 8:18 a.m. and was advised to descend under visual conditions. Visibility was reported to be around 3,000 meters with calm winds. So it was all at the discretion of the pilot. Second approach the pilot took. The crew initially reported that the runway was not visible yet again, but then they came back to say it was visible. So that's when they got clearance to land at 8:43 a.m. But just a moment, literally a minute after that clearance was given, there was no response that came from the pilot, and a minute later, flames were seen near the runway and wreckage was found just off the left side of the runway. In fact, eyewitnesses described multiple explosions and intense fire, making any rescue impossible. Looking at that wreckage site there, there's no way, no chance that anyone would have survived that crash. It was in fact managed by VSR Ventures. That venture in fact operates a fleet of 17 aircrafts, including 7 Learjet 45s. DGCA says that its last audit was in February 2025 and it found no major safety violations. So according to them, the aircraft was fit. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has now taken over this probe. This is the second accident we hear involving VSR Ventures in Maharashtra in 2.5 years, though. In fact, in 2023, aircraft similarly met with an accident. It was basically a rainy day, but no fatalities had occurred then. But at that point too, there was the aaib investigating the case 2 years on, but the case report and the case finding has not been tabled. It's not been revealed what really happened then. Well, Maharashtra government has now announced 3 days of state mourning. Ajit Pawar's funeral will be held on January 29th at 11 a.m. Leaders across political lines have expressed grief. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, though, has raised some questions, calling the crash as suspicious. She's demanded a Supreme Court monitored investigation, hinting at a possible sabotage angle. This tragedy also revives painful memories of earlier crashes. Let me take you through a little feedback, a little recap as to the number of people who really died in plane crashes over the years, from CDS General Bipin Rawat to former chief ministers and union ministers. In fact, a whole host of them. We're playing that out for you on our screens here. Dorji Khandu, who was the former Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, died in a crash. You have Vijay Rupani, who died in the recent Air India crash in Ahmedabad. And a few leaders, including Mr. Scindia, who died early on.
आज का दिन हमारे लिए एक बड़ा दुख लेकर भी आया है। आज सुबह ही महाराष्ट्र में दुखद विमान दुर्घटना हुई है। इस दुर्घटना ने महाराष्ट्र के उप मुख्यमंत्री अजीत पवार जी और कुछ साथियों को हमसे छीन लिया है।
श्रीमान अजीत दादा पवार, इनका एक विमान के एक्सीडेंट में बहुत ही दुखद निधन हुआ है। इसकी वार्ता आने के बाद समूचे महाराष्ट्र में बहुत ही दुख का वातावरण तैयार हुआ है।
आज महाराष्ट्र के लिए एक काला दिन कहूँ, एक दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना कहूँ, एक दुखद घटना कहूँ, ऐसी घटना जो हर एक के एक दिल को दुखाने वाली घटना आज महाराष्ट्र में घटी है।
There is no safety and security of the people of this country. Even the political leaders, I do not know what is the fate of the opposition political parties, but he was very much with the ruling party. But before few days ago, I came to know that from social network that somebody from other party, they gave a statement that Ajit Pawar is willing to leave the BJP. And now what happened today, I need proper investigation under the supervision of Supreme Court. Only we have the trust on Supreme Court, no other agency. All the agencies are being totally purchased. And really it's a great loss for the country.
एक